During our Farm Basics time today, we're going to talk just a little about our upcoming Ag PhD winter workshops.
Just like every other profession, farmers need to do some continuing education. You always need to be learning about what's going on. And this is one of the real keys. As Brian and I were growing up, our dad talked to us about being lifelong learners. And if I ever mentioned, it'll be so nice when I get out of school, then I won't have to have all these classes, he'd just chuckle and say, oh, you're just learning how to learn. Now the learning really begins once you get out of school.
All right, so for the last about 9 months now, we have had lockdowns, we have canceled meetings, we have done all kinds of things differently. For our Ag PhD workshops this winter, it probably will be a little bit different. We'll restrict how many people are going to be at our facility at Baltic at the Morton Center right on our farm, but we are going to have some of these things available online as well. So we'll give you some details on that, but the biggest thing that we wanted to talk about today was we're going to have 3 different workshops this year. We'll structure them a little bit different than we have in the past. We're going to have a tiling clinic. We've done some of that before. We're going to have a 300 bushel corn workshop and a 100 bushel soybean workshop. So in other words, high yield corn, high yield soybeans, and before we do either of those, we got to talk about drainage, because tiling and drainage is always number one.
Well, it certainly is, and it's one of those things where we talk about it on our show, but we only get a few minutes to do so. So by doing a tiling clinic, we can talk about it over a long period of time. We can have a lot of equipment there to show you exactly, here's what we do and here's how we do that. And wow, what a great resource to have, because I know drainage is a problem in low areas, but you may say, well, I've got enough slope to my ground, I think I'm okay. Not necessarily. We'll talk about that during that clinic.
So the reason why we do workshops each year, it's to give you even more details than what we can do here on TV. On TV, you've got us for half an hour once a week. Well, there, it's many hours, all in one shot. You get to see a lot of things firsthand right at the Morton Center. Plus, you can ask questions. So we really, with these events, want to hopefully help give you some more information, at least give you some ideas of things you could try on your farm to improve yields.
The other thing that I look at too, Brian, is we often take one specific topic and talk about it on our show for a while, and then we move on to the next specific topic, but it's not necessarily putting the whole program together. And when we think about getting high yielding corn or soybeans or any crop that you're trying to raise, it's putting that whole package together. There's no silver bullet, one thing you have to do and all of a sudden you get great yield. There's a lot of little steps along the way. So when we can put those together into one program that you can take home and execute, it just works really well.
Well, once again, we do have some upcoming Ag PhD winter workshops we'd encourage you to check out. Just go online at agphd.com for more details about our tiling clinic, our 300 bushel corn workshop, or our 100 bushel soybean workshop.
Well, one other thing that you'll probably hear us talk about too is weed control. Can you identify this week's weed?